All right, hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. Please invite your friends and share the links. Yesterday we made a video, but sadly, maybe one or two of you only download the video, and even the video I made it before that, only very few, 3 people they download the video, or 5. The one about Muhammad being a white supremacist. As you know, I don't keep my videos on my channel. And when you don't download them, you show that you don't care and you don't support. And if you are a Christian, that's mean you are a Christian by name. So when we see 5 people only downloading out of tens of thousands subscribed to my channel, that's mean there's only few people really care. So I want to say thank you for not caring for what we do. Otherwise, you will act differently. Today, our topic is why Islamic countries, the top happy countries in the world, are Islamic. Now, for sure, this is absolutely fake news. I'm just being sarcastic. I'm being sarcastic. The reality is, it is totally the opposite. Islamic countries is the most unhappy countries in the world. It doesn't matter where you live, even if you live in the wealthy one or the most poor one. The fact does not change that you will not be a happy person. And the reason for that is the missing of a freedom. You know, when you don't have a freedom, your life simply is being oppressed by somebody. As an example, those girls who we see in the stage, if they dance in Saudi Arabia, they are going to be arrested and jailed between 10 to 15 years just for being and doing what they are doing right now. That is Islam, my friend. In case you do not know, playing chess is haram, and you can go to jail between 3 to 4 years if they want to practice the law on you. In case you do not know, that playing music or listening to music or even playing a drum or anything, it is the way and the reason to go to hell. And today we are going to discuss this all together. But before we go there, yesterday we made a video. It's called Why 350 People Converted to Islam. Please go and watch it and download the video. The Muslims, after the tragic attack in New Zealand, they tried to take advantage of this tragedy to make it work for their propaganda. So they have even news agencies, TV stations, publishing a video saying that people they converted to Islam after that day. But the reality is it's false, and they were posting a video from 2007 in Germany, which says 5 German convert to Islam, but yet they claim that those people converted to Islam just yesterday in New Zealand. Let us watch a little bit of the video and then we continue. Now, went viral in social media in New Zealand. Okay, a true story. Brother, I mean, even tragedy, they try to use it for their sake of the propaganda of Muhammad. People are leaving Islam left and right. And look, the 350, I mean, they don't say like 10, 20, I mean, 350. I mean, why you stop there? Make it 365. I mean, why 350? Why you made the 350 number? I mean, why you stuck with the 350? And they post all pictures of people we do not know who they are, and the news, and you know, they publish and they say, they send everywhere. Brother, true news, brother, true news. Shahid Sadaki. All right, so this is what was the video is about. You can download it. You can just search for the following title and you can download it wherever you find it. All right, Why 350 people converted to Islam in New Zealand after a church, you know? And you will see how popular this post between Muslims. Muslims are posting this everywhere, as you see here. This is in the front news in Google. 50 Muslims killed in New Zealand, 350 accepted Islam. It's all over, and all those they claim themselves to do da'wah to Islam, to invite people to Islam channels. They are posting the same exactly videos, and all those pictures are old and they are false and they are fake news as usual. Now we go back to our topic. The top 10 country of happiness. First of all, I mean, you see in the picture here, this is National Geographic website. All right. What do you see in the picture? In Islam, this is haram, and you can be beaten to death for just doing this. You and your wife, or your whatever who she is, and in bicycle, and she is wearing a short. Actually, the woman, she will be raped guaranteed if she do that in Pakistan. Or imagine in Afghanistan, or imagine she do that in Somalia, or imagine she do that in Saudi Arabia. So simple things you do in your life today in those Islamic countries, it can cause your death just wearing a short. And the funny, they say wearing a short is not right because that exposes the woman's body, but they don't have a problem to have a boy, they call him Bacha Bazi, dancing for them, dressing as a girl, and after the party they have sex with the boy. But women having short is haram. Absolutely. It's a big sin, brother. So the top 10 happy countries according to this National Geographic. By the way, I don't believe in articles, just to be honest with you. I don't think people in as an example, the number 10 country, happy country, is Sweden. I mean, why? Is that sense because you have a lot of you know, I don't know what to say. I mean, in the last years, you know, Sweden maybe was really the best country to live in before, but now because of the open policy for immigration and anyone can jump in the country, including people who they can be a rapist, how Sweden can be the most happy country, but it still look like it's holding itself to be one of the best. So it is number 10, and then Australia, and then New Zealand, and then Netherlands, and then Canada, and then Finland, and then Norway. Now I guarantee you that those numbers are not really accurate. As an example, I mean, why in the world somebody who live in Canada will be the most happy person? Number 6. That's not really accurate. It can't be true. However, the point here that none of those countries, which is maybe to be considered the best, and you can have a different opinion about each one of them, is none of them is Islamic. So what is the secret? Why Islamic countries don't make it to the most happy countries in the world? Let us see some of the reasons. Islam promotes sadness and anger. As an example, if a person he want to have fun in life, what he do? I mean, have fun without hurting others. What he do? I mean, what we can do? What we as a human have, you know, something right to do, and we can do it without hurting others. It can be considered as fun. The Quran says that those who spend their time speaking about anything except Islam, they are evil people. They are bad people, and Allah will send them to hell. In chapter 31, verse number 6, it says, وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يَشْتَرِي لَهْوَ الْحَدِيثِ. What does that mean? There's people who they speak about things which have nothing to do with Allah just to misguide you. So the second you start talking about art, start talking about the music, start talking about anything, it's not about Allah and Muhammad. Obviously, you are a person who are trying to misguide and mislead people from Allah. Now, somebody might say to me, "Well, what does have to do with what you are saying? This is a metaphorical, have different meaning, and have nothing to do with what you are saying." Well, we have Muhammad to explain to us what does that mean. You know, uh, like what Muhammad said about the music, as an example. This is one of the examples how people they can mislead you. Uh, I will show you, and I will start from simple stuff. Bill. All of us, we have a bill, either in your phone, either or in your door. Even that is a musical of shaitan. Even that is musical, or the instrument of the devil. So if you are a person who have a bill, just a bill in your house, you are having the instrument of Satan in your house. And here the list of sadness grow. Angels will not enter a house which there is a small bell or a bell. That's it. You are ugly, you are disgusting, and you are cut off the mercy of Allah. For what? Because you do have a bill in your house. Sorry, I'm sorry for you. You have a bill, you are an ugly, evil person. I mean, if you ask yourself, why in the world, if I have a bill, this God is upset? I mean, did I kill anybody? Did I do anything wrong? What I did exactly? What having a bill have to do even with God? I mean, what's wrong with this God? So, all of us, like in a Christmas time, we have always this famous uh, decoration for a Christmas, like a bell, etc., and like jungle bells. Jungle bells for Muslims, jungle bells is the devilish thing. There's no jungle bells. It is haram. It is forbidden. It is from the devil, brother. And that explain why in the Christmas time millions of Muslims they have Christmas tree inside their houses secretly, because they are trying to bring happiness to their life, which is not exist. And I'm very thankful that Muslims don't have an equal person as Santa Claus, because Santa Claus in Christianity, Santa Claus, by the way, people they say he's a fake person. The fact is not, he's a real person. Many people they say Santa Claus is fake. This is because they're ignorant. Santa Claus is a real person, and he was a good man, very wonderful man, who spent his life trying to make children happy, not like Muhammad, the child molester. So Santa Claus is not a fiction, as many they start saying, especially atheists with their stupidity. Uh, you can go and search his history, his name, where he lived, even the house where he lived in is exist. Uh, Saint Nicholas, yes, he is not a fiction person. So imagine the Muslim, they have someone equal to Santa Claus. What he will have in his bag? Bomb, knife, I mean, you name it. And this is what ISIS they did with the children. They start making them or forcing the children to do beheading. So if Islam is a religion, forbid even having a bell in the house. The list go and it grow. Let us see. What else? Here, by the way, here you see the hypocrite Muhammad. He was forbidding the Muslims from dancing, forbidding the Muslims from having music, forbidding them from being happy, but yet he have a bunch of slave black girls dancing for him and singing. And uh, uh, when Abu Bakr he entered the house, he shouted at them and he said, "What? The devil instrument is in the house of the Prophet?" Do you see it? Muhammad was saying to the Muslims all his life that the music is haram, the music is from the devil, the music will take you away from Allah. And then Abu Bakr he entered the house of Muhammad. He have a bunch of young beautiful girls shaking their asses and dancing for the Prophet. And Abu Bakr he said, "Oh, this musical instrument of the devil in the house of the messenger of Allah." Do you see it? Okay, guys, just hold on a second. I am making yogurt. Do you know how to make yogurt? I will teach you. Uh, Here you will see the hypocrisy of Muhammad. Slave girls are singing, and supposedly the song is about Muhammad being victorious. So you can sing about Muhammad. Muhammad listening to a song about Muhammad. Muhammad singing, listening to a song about him bringing Islam. It's fine. And girls are singing. It's not haram. It's not haram. Even they are not his wives. It's okay. And they are playing with the drum. It's not haram. But if you do the same, my friend, you are in trouble. So now the Muslims, because of this, they say the only song is not haram is the song the Prophet was listening to, because the Prophet he listened to it. This is the only song is halal. All right. If we continue, let us see. Muhammad is speaking badly about the Muslims, and he said that he heard the Prophet saying, "From among my people, followers, there will be some of people who will consider illegal sexual intercourse." But Muhammad, all, or let us say 90% of his sexual intercourse were illegal. How many women he kidnapped, how many women he raped, how many women he took from their family. All of this is legal. The girls who they are just in the previous hadith dancing for you, where do you get them from? If you are wearing silk, if you are drinking alcohol, and if you use a musical instrument, you are going to be like the pigs in the judgment day. Look what he said. Allah will destroy them during the night and will let mountain fall on them, and he will transform the rest of them into monkeys and pigs, and they will remain so still the day of resurrection. Now here we have a clear proof that Muhammad is a liar, because simply how many people who they are Muslims, they are listening to music, and Allah did not make them pigs and monkeys. Muhammad is threatening that Allah will make you a pig and a monkey if you listen to music, if you drink alcohol, if you have illegal sexual intercourse. So now let us analyze this. Illegal sexual intercourse is haram. But Muhammad, he allowed Muslim to have 1 day or 1 hour or 1 night stand or 3 night stand. If you remember, Muhammad, he said, and again, it is Muhammad who said, not me. Any man and women, they agree to have, and the Muslim here, they put between two bracket, temporarily marriage. The fact this is not a marriage and this is temporarily, yes. But to care to hide the shame of the prostitution of the Prophet of Allah, they claim that this is marriage. Since when a marriage can be temporarily? Since when marriage you hire a woman by paying her money to open her legs and you call that marriage, and then you say to her, I want you to open your legs for me, excuse my language, for the coming 3 hours or 3 days, and I will pay you $100 or $10. And if she agree, that according to Muhammad or the Muslims, they call it marriage. The fact in Arabic does not say anywhere the word marriage. It says any man, any male, any female, they agree to associate, to live together, to have boom boom together. أيما رجل وامرأة, as you see with me in the screen for those who speak Arabic. أيما رجل وامرأة توافقا فعشرة ما بينهما 3 ليال فإن أحبا أن يتزايدا أو يتتركا تتركا. Any male and female, they like to live together, which means have sex for 3 days. If they like to increase, they can increase. If they like to decrease and let it go, they can. So when Muhammad, he says, my people will make it legitimate to have sexual intercourse, he was talking about what? If you can even have a woman, all what you need to do is just do it according to Allah, by saying to her, hey, I want to F you, how much you want me to pay you. And the women, she say, okay, we have to do it halal way. Okay, I have to pay me $10. Okay, for how many hours? For 5 hours. Oh, don't you think $10 is so expensive for 5 hours? I don't care. This is business. Take it or leave it. This is halal. So when you hear Muhammad speaking about illegal sexual intercourse, you die laughing and you think this guy is like the rest of the Prophet. He is against illegal sexual intercourse, when the guy, he promote everything to be illegal, to the point even we have Muslims, they say to us in heaven they will have sex with their mother. Do you remember? How many of you remember? I don't know how many of you actually download the videos, but I guess not many. Let us see, just to refresh your memory. Just refresh your memory. And you don't see that there's something wrong with that.
What do you not understand about nothing is sin?
Well, I'm just trying to understand, my friend. You see, I'm not smart like you.
We think it's sin due to our social structure.
If Zakir Naik, I'm not trying to insult, by the way. Let's go back a little bit to refresh your memory. You said this guy is a fraud.
Sin in heaven.
Huh?
Nothing is sin in heaven.
Thank you very much. That's what I'm saying. In the heaven, you can have sex with the goat. It's fine for you, right? Nothing sin. There's no sin. You can have sex with your mother. Okay.
Yes.
Well, okay. So you are proud about having sex with your mother. You and your father, you will have sex with the same woman, which is your mother.
Anything is fine. Everything comes from God in heaven.
No problem. So in the heaven of Allah, you will have a threesome. You and your father and your mother in the bed.
Okay.
And you don't see that there's something wrong with that.
What do you not understand about nothing is sin?
Well, I'm just trying to understand, my friend. You see, I'm not smart like you.
We think it's sin due to our social structure.
If Zakir Naik, I'm not trying to insult, by the way. I'm not trying. So anyway, why you don't understand there's nothing is sin in heaven. So look at what Muhammad did. Muhammad, he made the Muslims very stressed, and he manipulated their mind, saying to them, in the heaven of Allah, you can F your mother, you can F your sister, you can F your grandmother, even you can F Muhammad himself. And actually later we will speak about, and he said, yes, so what? Actually, I asked him, what if Muhammad Ali Clay, he wanna have sex with you? The guy, he said, and you can hear it, he says yes, like he was excited. So what Muhammad did, he corrupt the mind of the human being who supposedly a believer in him. In the same time, he oppressed the person who don't believe in him, but yet he is born in a Muslim family. So now if you are born in a Muslim family, you have no choice to say, I don't accept this, because who are you? You are just a Muslim and you have to obey. Your opinion is who, nobody care for it. You're no one. You're nothing. You are just a Abdul. And as long you are Abdul, you just obey. So Muhammad here by saying that the one who have sexual intercourse illegally, which means you have to pay a woman, hire her, that will make her legal. Is if you have a girlfriend without paying her, this is haram. The woman, she have to take off her panty when you agree about the payment and for how long. Now the Muslim, they say that later Muhammad, he abrogated this and he forbidden it. But this will be very strange, because we have reference saying that the Muslims, they practice that even in the time of Abu Bakr and Umar al-Khattab, which mean even after the death of Muhammad. Secondly, why he approved something and then he disapprove it later? Number three, the Quran approve it in the chapter 4 verse 24. Allah, he allowed the Muslims to do the mut'a as we see it. And then Muhammad continues saying, wearing silk. Okay, you see, wearing silk, I can understand as a person saying, oh, this is expensive clothes, maybe you should give your money to somebody is poor. But Muhammad, he was living a very wealthy life, and the proof is simple. Muhammad, he have hundreds of slaves, if not thousands, and he have 13 wives. So let us say Christian Prince, he bought a silky shirt, expensive one. Let us say it cost him $500. By doing that, I go to hell. But a man, he have 13 wives, spending his money on women he do not need, holding women in his house as if they are goats, and yet they claim that he was poor. And every woman, she have her servant slaves, they have guards. When you go to the house of the Prophet, you have to ask for permission from who? From the guards, the black slaves standing in front of the door. Then Muhammad, he go farther and he says, and drinking alcoholic drink. But Muhammad himself, he used to be drunk at least 3 to 4 days a week. So what happened? Not only Muhammad, all the Muslims, they used to be drunk all day long, to the point Muslims, they go to pray and they are totally drunk. To the point Muhammad, he had to make a verse claiming that Allah, he said this verse, asking the Muslims not to come to pray when they are drunk. Chapter 4 verse number 43. Oh, you believe, don't come to pray when you are drunken. So the apostles of Muhammad, they were drunken during the life of Muhammad, and they are drunk when they pray. And the reason Muhammad, he made this verse, because people, they start laughing to death at the believers who they are standing behind the Prophet, and they are falling apart because all of them, they are drunk. So Muhammad, in order to stop this humiliation for his religion, he did not say to them don't drink, and he did not dare, because at that time he was weak. He don't want them to leave. And the same time, he himself need to drink, and he want to drink. Muhammad, he forbade drinking when he himself got sick and he cannot drink no more. If you remember, the hadith says that Muhammad, he died because of a poison he ate in Khaybar. And since then, Muhammad, anything he swallow, he vomit, and he cannot drink wine. It's very harsh in his stomach. So Muhammad then he decide to forbid alcohol. The other Muslim they might try to say, "Oh, this is no, it happened before." I don't think so. Muhammad was a drunk person, and the Muslims are drunk people during his lifetime. And actually, there's many hadith speaking about Muhammad. Even he was teaching the Muslims how to make wine. And you see here the Muslims they try to hide uh, what they are drinking here. It says kana yumbadhu nabidh. Nabidh is a wine. You see it? Ibn Abbas narrated raisins used to be soaked for the messenger. The fact here what they are saying that they use to make from the grape wine for the messenger, and he drink it. He drink it. Look here what I mean the translation. Look here, if you read, it doesn't say anywhere about the water. ينبذ له الزبيب في السقاء فيشربه. Here they add, they said in a water skin. Yeah, okay, this is a water skin, but there's no water there. So what is inside? They hold the grape inside, and in the heat is going to turn, and you know the you know, I don't know if you saw those things like which is made from leather, where you can hold water inside it usually when you travel. So what they do is the same they use even to hold milk inside. They can hold any liquid inside. So they hold inside the grape, and then the grape, because of the heat, as a normal process, will turn into alcohol. And Muhammad he used to drink it almost every day. And actually, there's many hadith. Uh, there's videos actually. There's videos by Muslims. I can search for it in YouTube, but it's in Arabic, where the Muslim scholars agree that the Prophet used to drink. See, all those videos are talking about the Prophet drinking alcohol. Those are scholars, very well known people. And not only he used to drink wine, actually, the Prophet he used even to do ablution with wine. You believe it? Let me see if I can find some hadith. We were with the Prophet, and he asked something to drink. A man from the company, here it says supposedly the Prophet he don't want to drink. Should we not give you a drink, nabidh, which means alcohol? Nabidh is simply is wine. Drink made from date. To drink, this is between two brackets. The fact nabidh is maybe is made from date, maybe is made from a grape. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's wine. Shouldn't we give you nabidh? He replied, yes. The man went quickly and brought a cup of nabidh. The messenger of Allah said, and peace be upon him, he said, why didn't you cover it up, even by putting a piece of wood on it? Muhammad was teaching the man how to make it. Let us see different hadith. while he was at the rukn, the corner, like I saw a man bringing a cup to the messenger of Allah, and it was inside there was nabid, and he gave the cup and he raised it to his mouth, but he found it to be so strong, to be strong, so he gave it back to the man among them, and the people of messenger says, uh, is it unlawful, oh messenger, is it unlawful? He said, bring it, bring the man to me. So he was brought to him. He took the cup from him and called for water, and then he poured into the cup, which he raised to his mouth, and he frowned. Then he called for more water, and he poured into it. So simply what Muhammad saying, if the wine is strong, break it with some water. And the funny here, you will see the Muslims, they are not translating the word nabid. You see here, did you notice here? I mean, why the Muslim did not translate the word nabid? Because they don't want you to show you that this is nothing but wine. What the point of it translating the whole story, but you don't translate the word nabid? Why you keep it nabid? I mean, what is equal to this? There's no equal word for it. Uh, Let us see different. Actually, there's many. We can like there's many other books actually, but we prefer to show from the most accepted books for the Muslims. Uh, um, Let us see this one. On the night of the genie, the messenger of Allah said to him, do you have water for ablution? He said, no, I have nothing but nabid. Ah, oh boy. So Muhammad, he did ablution with nabid, and here look at the translation, how they try to uh, uh, fabricate, and they say here, look, uh, i.e. there is no harm from mixing the two, and they says here good deeds and pure water. He said good deed and pure water. uh, Here you need to ask yourself why Muhammad is doing ablution with the wine if the wine is haram. I mean, why even they have no water but they have wine? Oh, we can find tons of other stories, and actually I wish I can play for you uh, the video where Muslims speak about the Prophet, because whatever I say, the Muslim, they will say this guy is lying. uh, Let us see a different one. Hmm. Okay, look like this one is not in this website. Let us see. Anyway, even the Quran, I mean, why want to waste our time with the hadith? Even the Quran, Allah, he claimed that nabid and wine and alcohol is a miracle from Allah. uh, Here you see the Muslims, they don't really say clearly what this drink is, but the fact it is nabid. It is what the Quran is saying, that Allah He made for you from the date fruits and from the grape, a drink which is alcohol, as a sign and a miracle from Allah. So this is one of the miracles of Allah. Let us change the translations to see if one of them can come to be honest, and he say clearly that this is alcohol. Yeah, see, until now we did not find one translation saying the truth, because in Arabic it says sakaran. Not only it's alcohol, drunken, it will make you drunk. It's a miracle of Allah. Let us see. Let us see. Sahih International. See, here the things is getting better a little bit. So the Quran praising alcohol and saying it is a sign from Allah, and indeed that is a sign for people who reasons. So if you want to reason with Allah, you have to look at the wine, how it make you drunk, because this is a sign from Allah, and Allah He says from that alcohol a good provision indeed there. But later when Muhammad he got sick and he cannot drink, suddenly he claimed in different verse in the Quran that wine is the made of shaitan. Wine made of shaitan. Folks, don't use bad language in Arabic, otherwise I will block you. Fox 400, don't use a bad language. Anyone will use a bad language in the chat, I don't care who you are. You are a Muslim, you are a Christian, you are a Hindu, you are a Buddha, I will ban you. So this time we give you time out, next time we'll ban you. You can speak your mind, but don't use bad language. Not even against Muhammad. Don't say the F word, don't say anything like that, because that will not make a point. Here we are here to teach, not to call names. So now we go back. What is else can make us happy? You cannot have alcohol, you cannot have a music, and if you do that, Allah will make you a pig and a monkey, as Muhammad he said in the judgment day. Actually, not in the judgment day, right away. In the night you drink it, and the night Allah will come to you and He will let the mountain fall on you, and He will make you a pig and a monkey. Allah will destroy them during the night. So if you play with some music at night, Allah will come and He will destroy you during the night. So now I cannot play music, I cannot have party, I cannot sing. What I can do? Maybe I can play chess. Finally we found something. It is not haram. What about playing chess? Is playing chess is haram in Islam? The answer, yes. Even chess is haram. If you play chess, you are committing a big sin, and Allah will punish you badly. If you play any game is the same as putting your hands on the blood of a pig to Muhammad. Do you see it? Because all games are forbidden, and actually all Muslim scholars they agree that this is a game that's totally forbidden. And any game, Muhammad, he allowed Muslims only to do things: teach your children to ride horses, to shoot, and Quran. Why those they need it? Or because they want to do jihad. That's it. That's it. So what we have left in our life to be happy? If you live in Saudi Arabia and you go out in the street where everything is haram, forbidden. I cannot buy a guitar to play a guitar when I'm home. I cannot play music when I am home. I cannot play a game when I am home. So what I do during my lifetime? Muhammad, he wanted to be sure that you as a Muslim, you will be only subdued to him, and the excuse is Allah. But we showed you how Muhammad, he have slaves, girls dancing for him, and they are having party at the house. And Abu Bakr, he said, the instrument of shaitan in the house of the Prophet. Even having a bell is haram. What about even having a picture? What about if you want to be an artist? If you are an artist and you want to draw a picture, Allah will bring you in the judgment day, and he will say to you, okay, here we go. This is the picture you draw. I want you to make it alive. And he will order you to breathe into it to give it life. Read carefully what Muhammad he said. This is not me. Actually, let us see a more clear hadith from this one. The Messenger of Allah said, whoever make an image, he will be punished until he is commanded to breathe a soul into it, and he will not be able to do so. You see, all of those are about against images. Now you see, having an image of to worship, I can understand, but why if I make an image it is haram? And by the way, Muslims today are hypocrites. Excuse me, they are not following the Prophet, because how many Muslims they have a phone? The phone you have in your hand is nothing but images. Computer is nothing but images, even if you don't open images, by the way, because if, as an example, if you have Windows or if you have Mac or whatever you have, icons is images. Icon is an image. How many Muslims they have TVs? All the Muslims have TV, but in fact TV is haram, because TV is nothing but endless images broadcasted from somewhere. Some of it is for living being, and some of it for draw or art. So now if you are a Muslim and sitting at home, and then you turn your TV, and then even the music for the news, like da, 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 news, this is haram. So you are being hypocrite. So now what is left for a Muslim to do in his life? Music is haram, bill is haram, a drawing is haram, singing is haram, chess is haram. So what we will do? What exactly we can do? We go and we join jihad because our life became so depressed, and I want to kill myself so I can go to happiness, where heaven have wine river, milk river, honey river, and a lot of very, very beautiful women, and they are naked. We have a person, his name is Ison. He said, after listening to you for 5 months, I accept Jesus. Glory to the Lord, my friend. I don't know why Google restricted your message. This guy, he just said, I accepted Jesus, and Google restricted his message. You see, Ison 1. He said, after listening to you for 5 months, and now the message is retracted. I know why is that. That's funny. All right. Well, we are good for you, my friend, and we are happy for you that you accepted the Messiah, and we pray that the Lord will open your eyes for better and for the best for you and your family and people around you. If you look at this, you will see that Muhammad is trying to bring nothing but depression in the life of Muslims. So that their life became in what now? Focus in what? Even poetry, by the way, is haram. Poetry is haram. The Arab, they used to do something is called saja. What is saja? Saja simply is Quran, the same as Quran, but it's better quality. But since Muhammad, he started doing saja. He forbid the Arab from doing saja. You see here, by the way, the Muslims, they give a false translation for their hadith. This guy, he's saying, this guy, he is from Ikhwanul Innama hada min Ikhwanul Kuhan. Muhammad, he acknowledged that there is people who they call them the monks, who they speak in saja. In English here, they give it definition this word. Muhammad, he was in love with this kind of a speech, which is the same as rap music, you know, rap songs. But look here what this hadith is saying. The Muslim, they say to us that nobody spoke Quran like Muhammad. But look what the Muslim says and what people they say about Muhammad. Thereupon Allah Messenger said he was talking saja phrases like the saja of the desert Arab. This is exactly the Quran, but it's a bad version of it, very bad quality. So now what we will do as Muslims, what and how we can be happy. The 10 happy countries in the world, none of them is Islamic, and actually those countries, the good news is the more number of Islamic people will be there, those countries will lose happiness. Attack in a Christmas market, attack in etc., attack in a, you know, you just name it. Just wait for what's coming. Already it's happening for the last 20 years. And we pray that people who they are happy, they will stay happy. It doesn't matter which country they are from, which ethnic, what color. But this is not the point. The point is Islam is meant to oppress a human being. So he go mad and he start doing what is wrong. Do you ask yourself why somebody want to drive a truck full of TNT or S4, C4, and he wanna explode himself? What is the purpose of that? I mean, why you do that? Because Muhammad, he made the Muslims hate their life because there's nothing left. What he can do? Everything is forbidden. Music is forbidden. Games is forbidden. Chess is forbidden. Singing is forbidden. Playing anything is forbidden. By the way, football is forbidden in Islam. You see, in Saudi Arabia now they are doing football. This is haram. This is not Islamic. So what a Muslim, will make a Muslim happy? Nothing. So your life became in what? Eating and having sex with your wife or sex slave. That's it. That's your life. You can do nothing. You know, there's an Arabian series to make fun of how we Arab live in the Middle East. There's a guy. He went with his family to picnic. You know, picnic. Like, let's have fun. It's not haram in Islam to have picnic with your family. You can, but it's haram that people they can see your women. So what we would do? He took them to picnic, and let me draw this for you so you can understand what I'm saying. I have to use now my specific skills of art, as you know. So imagine you go with your wife. Here we have a river. Okay, this is a river, and now you and your wife are going to sit next to the river, but around the river there's people too. And you sit here with your family. This is your wife, this is you, this is your kid, this is your daughter. Now, because it's haram people to see me, so I put a sheet in this side. And then there's people, they stop here. Oh, they can see us. So we put a sheet in this side. When I say sheet, I'm saying like a curtain, you know, like a curtain. And then there's, oh, a guy and his family, they sit here, they can see us. So I put a curtain in this side. And then there's guy, he is from the other side of the river with his family, they are sitting here. So I put a curtain in this side. So why I'm going to picnic? What kind of a picnic this picnic is? I have 4 curtains around my spot. I see nothing because it's haram. I remember once I think this was in Philippines. I was in the beach. When I swim, I take a spot where there's nobody really. I stay away from people. So I was like in a spot which is almost empty. And then suddenly Abdul and his wife, she is wearing jalabiya, you know, like, you know, the clothes which is wide. And they jump in the water and they were walking and he got close to me. And then he says to me, keep a distance, keep a distance. I said, hey, Abdul, I am here before you. If you want to stay alone, why you came here? I'm here before you. You keep a distance. You go. I mean, look how rude. He came to my spot and now he's asking me to keep a distance. I said, no, you keep a distance. I am here before you. Don't you see me? I'm here. If you don't like anyone to see you with your wife, go and go to a different place. Go to an island. There's nobody in it. He screamed at his wife. The coward did not even dare to answer me. He screamed at his wife. He said, get out, get out. And he came out with his wife. And you should see his wife. Her body is all the details is showing because she is not wearing anything underneath. And when you wear wide clothes and it is thin, you know what will happen when you get out of the water, right? You know what I mean? The details of her private part is all over. I mean, you can see her nipples coming out. But now she is wearing jalabiya. She is not wearing a swimming suit. So what we can do in our life if we are a Muslim to be happy? We go to the mosque teach us that we have to fight the Christians and the Jews. We have to fight the Hindus, they are kuffar. We need to fight the Buddhas, Allahu Akbar. The atheist, Allahu Akbar. I mean, everybody is an enemy. The Quran says in chapter 5, actually many verses, but as an example, chapter 5, verse 151, take not Christians and Jews as a friends. And not only the Jews, not only the Christian, Allah he said in chapter 5 verse 14 that Allah will spread hatred between them, because usually I mention this only because I am a Christian, but Allah he mentioned that to the Jews, that Allah will spread hatred between the Jews in chapter 5 verse number 64. So the God of Islam, he is consistent with his hatred, not with love. He want to spread love. The same he do say about the Christians. If you go to chapter 5 verse 14, it says exactly the same. Allah he want to spread hatred and enmity between the Christians until the day of resurrection. So now we have a good idea why a Muslim person is not a happy person, because what is left for him to live for? What is left? This is about the Jews. We have placed enmity and hatred among them. We have placed enmity and hatred. Who is talking? Allah. Among who? The Jews. And the American, they are wondering, this Somalian women who became a Congress women because of the stupid Democratic Party in USA, as usual, the left. Why she is anti-Jews? You don't know why? I mean, they're having discussion in the Congress. She said, but the fact it's not her who said, it is Muhammad, he said. Among them, Allah saying, we have placed enmity and hatred till the day of resurrection. And Muhammad, he said the same about the Christians. Allah, he will spread hatred and enmity between the Christians until the judgment day. From those who call themselves Christians, we did take a covenant, but they forgot a good part of the message that we send them, so we string them with enmity and hatred. So we understand now that Islam is a religion who promote hatred and enmity, and how enmity and hatred can bring happiness to the life of a person who is full of hate. It's impossible. Do we agree? A person who live by hate and for hate, he is the first unhappy person. Yes, you can harm others. Yes, you can kill others and you make them unhappy too, but at the end of the day, you are the first one who suffer from your hatred. You have no good in your life. You go to the mosque, you find people coming from the mosque, their faces as if they are just coming out of the grave. Why? Because the speech was teaching nothing but hate. The Christians, Allahu Akbar, they are insulting the Prophet. How dare to insult the Prophet? We showed you just 2 days ago in the video I made about Muhammad and Allah was a white supremacist. How if you say anything against the Prophet, you should be killed, which means you as a Muslim, you should not be happy if somebody insult the Prophet to the point you are willing to kill, and you have to kill. Killing is a lifestyle in Islam, is not a temporary thing. A person who is a scholar, who he said that the Quran was created, the Muslims, they slaughter him in the Adha day. in the Eid, in the holiday. Big scholar in the history of Islam. The Caliphate, he brought him to the mosque and he said, usually we slaughter a sheep. Today we are going to slaughter this idiot who said the Quran is created. And when he slaughtered him like a sheep in the middle of the mosque, all the believers start rejoicing. This is how the Muslims, according to Allah, rejoice. And actually the Quran confirmed that. How a Muslim he will be rejoiced? Read carefully with me. We don't say things without proof. Chapter 9 verse number 14 says it clearly that Allah said, kill them. Kill them. Allah will torture them by your hearts, by your hands. By the way, it doesn't say punish them. This is a false translation. It says torture them. Allah will torture them by your hands and cover them with shame, and that will heal the breast of the believers. So how a believer will be comforted? By torturing, not punishing, as they claim here in the translation. By torturing, that will make your breast healed. Change the translator. Still they are saying punishing. It's not true. It doesn't say punish. It says torture. See here the translation change. And then in the verse after it, the Quran confirm it again. He says Allah will remove the rag within your heart. Allah will remove what? The anger. By what? By killing a human being. The only way in Islam to be anger free is to slaughter somebody, and that will make you happy. Do you see it? I'm not making things up. This is the Quran in front of you. Chapter 9 verse number 14, verse number 15. So if you now understand, or you have an idea why a Muslim person is always an angry person, you have to know that Islam brings nothing but anger. Somebody, he made a cartoon, millions of people want to kill immediately. And the funny, the Prime Minister of New Zealand, she was playing Quran in her parliament when they opened the speech, just to show support for the victims. Me myself, I feel sorry for those victims, but playing Quran, which is the root of the problem, is a stupid thing. I mean, do you know even what he is reading for you in the Quran? What he was reading for you? Don't think that those who they are murdered for the sake of Allah, they are dead. But he's talking about killing the infidels in the same verse, same chapter. Western people are ignorant, generally speaking, when it's come to the cult of Islam. It's good to be terrorists, but it's not right to be stupid. Imagine you bring somebody to recite Quran for you because you want to show him that you love him, but in the Quran he's reciting, he says, I hate you, I want to kill you. I mean, how silly, how stupid that is. What people do not understand, that the problem is not really in a terrorist attack. The problem is how and why people become into terrorism. Fight the Christians and the Jews and kill them. Chapter 9 verse number 29. Unless they convert to Islam or they pay you jizya, money to live, pay or die. Western people, they have funny mentality, and since I came to the state, You know, when I was living in the Middle East, I always thought about Western as they are really smart people. I mean, come on, look at America, look at England, look at France. I mean, look at the civilization they have. I mean, there's no way those people aren't smart. And then when I moved to the West, I noticed that Western people are totally ignorant. Yes, maybe they have a good working system. Maybe they have a good way to do business. Maybe they have good roads and they have good engineering and they have good structures. They were advanced in many things. But when it's come to know history and religion, they are totally ignorant people. I remember once a Western guy, he sat next to me. I was drinking coffee in a coffee shop, and I was reading my phone in Arabic, I think, something like that. I don't know what I was doing. So he noticed I am like, you know, obviously this guy maybe he's an Arab. So suddenly he started talking about Islam. He is the one who opened the topic, and he said to me, you know, as an example, there's many ignorant people. Me myself, I read the Quran from the first page to the last page, and I saw nothing in the Quran teaching violence. I look at this idiot with the blue eyes, and I was saying to myself, what I should say to this idiot? Say to him, you are stupid. Use the term I use when I speak to people in a chat room. And then I said to him, so you did read the whole Quran? He said, yeah, the whole Quran. From the first page, trust me, I did read it carefully from the first page to the last page. I said, are you sure? He said, yeah, I'm not kidding with you. I'm telling you. And I said, well, I don't think this is right. I mean, the first page in the Quran is insulting the Christians and the Jews. He said, no. I said, yeah. And then, you know, after that, we have a conversation. I start showing him in my phone. He said, I don't know the Quran I did read. Have nothing of this. And I said to him, I think you did not read the Quran, really. I mean, you are just copying what some people say. I said, I'm not lying to you. I said, well, obviously, there's no way you did read the Quran and you did not see this. He did read the Quran, and he never saw verses increasing or encouraging killing and harming Christians and Jews and non-Muslims. Never, never. Islam is peace. Right? No, he is just an ignorant guy. He's not Muslim. He's not a Muslim. He's just an ignorant. My friend, go right now in the street and ask people about Islam. You will see tons of those American. I speak about American. They have no idea. I have a neighbor. You know, we took his truck to go to Home Depot to get some stuff, and then suddenly they were saying something in the news about, you know, and then he said, he said to me, they were talking about Osama bin Laden at that time, and then I said, well, he's a Muslim. He said, Osama bin Laden is a Muslim? Imagine, after 10 years of 9/11, my neighbor, he did not know that Osama bin Laden is a Muslim. Welcome to America. The guy, he was shocked. You really, Osama bin Laden is a Muslim? I said, no, I think he's a Hindu. This is America, my friend. And I'm sure you will find the same in Europe. And I believe even in Europe is even more ignorant about what Islam is about. The second you start speaking against Islam, they start right away, they say to you, Islamophobia, you know, all this garbage. Islamophobia is a term to silence the one who speaks the truth. The one who have a phobia is Islam. Why we don't speak about Hindus? You know, Hindus are not, I don't agree with the Hindus. I'm a Christian. Why the problem is Islam? Because if you go on right now and count the last 30 days terrorist attacks, you will find that all is involved Islam. Like After a year or two, finally there's a guy who is doing a terrorist attack. He is not a Muslim. But out of thousands and thousands of attacks, all done by Islamic believers, nobody count them, to the point nobody condemn terrorist attack no more, because simply it's normal to hear that a Muslim attack somewhere. It's like a daily news. Just last month, almost we have a nuclear weapon war between India and Pakistan because of terrorists. Indian was attacked by Muslim terrorists from Pakistan. This is the truth. I mean, why nobody want to see the truth? They attack police station and they slaughter more than 30 to 40 Indian soldiers by knives. And after they kill them, they start cutting their limbs. They say to you about what this country is called, the one in Asia. I forgot the name. The Muslim there, they call them the Ronga, something like this. Even that is not true. It was the Muslims who established an army to kill the Buddhas and to take them out of the land. But this is not even their land. They themselves, they are a refugee. In Burma, yeah. And I remember I made a video, if you remember, the Muslims, they publish a picture about a woman. She is dead and she have a child in her chest. Anyone remember the video I made it? Allahu Akbar, the Buddha's people, they are killing Muslim women, Allahu Akbar. And later we found that this picture is taken from an Indian movie. Yeah, many more. Yeah, Myanmar. Yeah, not Burma. I think it's a name, right? It's the same. Myanmar is Burma is the same. It's like different new name. Maybe it's the same, I think. So anyway, and exactly the same happened yesterday. Yesterday, the Muslims, they published this videos in their in their news TV that 350 people converted to Islam after the attack in New Zealand. And then we find that this video was taken from an old video 2007 from Germany, and the title of the video saying that 5 people converted to Islam. 5 people converted to Islam. You know, it's all over Islamic news. If you search right now, let me do it in the front of you. 350 people converted to Islam in New Zealand. I will click search Google. Oh, now my video is appearing. Let us see. Yeah, this is the video in the Urdu language, I think. Yesterday it was top news where 350 people converted to Islam. And people, they start getting them busted. "50 Muslims were killed on Friday in New Zealand, and the 350 people converted to Islam, Kashmir." You click in the link, the page is not found. They took it off because we got them busted. I will not be surprised, by the way, if a Christian prince one day he die and the Muslim, they make videos says a Christian prince before he die he put his finger in his nose and he said Allahu Akbar and he converted to Islam. Just wait. It's happening. You die, they say this guy, after you die they say he converted to Islam. I mean, I never saw a cult full of lies as much as this cult. This is why I should not die. No, actually, I love to die. You see, honestly, sometimes if I say to you, you will not believe it. I made a prayer to the Lord saying to him, please Lord, make my life short. And maybe for you, you might maybe not understand why someone like me saying, please Lord, make my life short. You see, when you are an idiot, you can live, you don't care. I mean, what's happening around you. You know what I mean? When you are a person who can turn your brain off and you don't think about except like food, watching a movie, you know, I mean, normal stuff. Your life is more relaxed. For me, the world is disgusting. I don't think really, I don't see good around me. So why I want to stay and I want to live long? But for sure, I'm not going to do what the Muslim do, commit suicide, or you know. But for me, I pray and I pray in front of you to the Lord to make my life shorter. Because what the point of this earth? I did my part. I spent years and years teaching. People who want to listen, they can listen. But if you look around you, I mean, this earth is disgusting. What is right is wrong, and what's wrong is right. So why we are holding ourselves into this life when this life really nothing good about it around us? You open your TV, what do you see in TV? I mean, even TVs are disgusting. Either disgusting or stupid. I mean, the most popular movies these days is a Batman. I mean, are you fooling yourself, or you're stupid, or what? A guy, he jumped from a building to building. A Spider-Man. I mean, a human being became so bored to the point he have no idea what he's trying to find in his life. Spider-Man. A guy, he hold himself with a spider silk. Even Muhammad did not come with this idea. So why we laugh at Muhammad when he fly in the top of to the sky with the mule? You watch TV, news. I mean, the news is stupid. The criminal is a victim, and the victim is a criminal. You open Fox News. Fox News is insulting Democrat. Democrat is insulting the Republican. The same boring, stupid stuff. The Democrat, they want to be all America to be hipless, hippie, have sex with everybody, drugs everywhere, and I mean, it's the same stupid thing. Human being is really corrupt, and he became a very disgusting creature. So why we are so much in hold with life to the point as if we are living in heaven? This is not heaven. This is not heaven. This is why maybe some of you might find it strange that I pray to the Lord in front of you to make my life short. I don't care really if I die immediately right now. As long as I'm a believer, my friend, and I believe that there's a place for me with the Lord, with the Messiah, why I want to care for this earth? But for sure, we are against committing suicide or doing something harm. I'm not speaking in a negative way. I'm speaking about reality. A person who don't care for what's happening around him, he will have a, you know, he will be relaxed. For me, I go to bed to sleep, my brain is functioning, it's running. I try to turn it off, I cannot control it. This is why sometimes foolishness, yeah, a foolish person, he can be a happier person. Good to be foolish sometime, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, people who get hurt most is people who care most. That's absolutely true. Because if you don't care, I mean, whatever happened to your neighbor next door, you know, who care, right? So you still enjoy what you do. But at the end of the day, if you are a person of a quality, you cannot lower your quality. This is how you are. This is how you are made. We should care for everybody. I care for Muslims too. I wish all Muslims to live in peace and to have nice life. Why not? They are human like us. Because at the end of the day, love and peace will return to all of us. You see, if Muslims, they learn the value of peace and love, then they will not think of harming someone as a Muslim. So the benefit is for all mankind. It's not only for the Muslim. If we can convince somebody to believe in the value of peace and to be civil. You see, you don't have to agree with the Christian prince. You don't. You have the right to be upset from a Christian prince saying something about your prophet. But why you want to kill? Answer him, refute him. People, they say the F word to Jesus every day. No Christian saying I'm going to kill you for saying that. Yet Jesus for us is not a prophet, he's God. You look at the comment, you see how funny the comment of people. They say, so someone says Jesus is a Muslim, why? He was a child molester. If Jesus was a Muslim, why he did not slaughter people? Why he did not have sex with a child? Why he did not say beat your wife? Why he said the man, he have to give himself to his wife the same as Christ, he gave himself to the church. So when somebody says Jesus was a Muslim, that is an insult to yourself first, for you are being stupid. Why? Jesus he kisses stones? Jesus he order theft and rape? Jesus he allowed us to lie? Isn't it Jesus who said either you say nay nay or yea yea, which means even oath is not allowed? Jesus the one who said love your enemy. How Jesus can be Muslim? Muhammad he says kill anyone, kill the one who insult the prophet. Noon die. Arabian Prophet, please say the following prayer just before going to sleep. Father, into your hand I entrust my spirit. It is night prayer from the Old Testament. You will have a good sleep. Thank you, my friend Anun Dai. Actually, I appreciate this gentleman, Anun, because actually he is always he support us and by donation. So I mean, this guy, he don't hesitate always to support, and I appreciate all those people who support us. Your support is really needed. And thank you, Kyrgyzstan, Jakovic. Usually, by the way, forgive me for not saying thank you for those who give donations, because I know that you are not looking for me to say that. But for sure, absolutely, we appreciate your help. Actually, I have a plan this coming year to move from where I am, because the winter here is killing me, and that need a big budget to move. So I pray that the Lord will provide, and I will be able to go out of here. This winter we witnessed -36, and you know, staying inside indoors for 6 months is really horrible. It's not healthy, it's not good, especially for someone like me. I mean, I don't go out. You know, maybe people like you who go and have normal life. My life is between my books, my videos, etc. So sitting behind the computer, and then you stay 6 months, you don't see even the sun. It's not really good. So I pray that the Lord will provide, and I will be able to move out where I am now, to a place where it's warmer, where I can see the sun at least. I mean, at least see the sun every day. I mean, that's not much, right? Come to Sweden. I thought Sweden is very cold too. Is it better? As I know, Sweden is not Hawaii, my friend. Come to Germany. Refugees are welcome. I know. Yeah. Don't say where you want to move. Don't worry. Yeah, if I go to Indonesia, I think I will be arrested after the first 2 seconds I land in the airport. Especially Indonesian newspapers start talking about me now, and my name became very, very much popular in that country. So I can guess how many I'm not sure, I'm not saying Indonesian people they are going to harm me, but I'm saying Indonesia is an Islamic country, and there's a lot of terrorist groups there. Yeah. I love Serbia. I love the Serbian people. You see, I always respect those people. Serbian people are one of the best ever. You can, you know, for sure, like everywhere, there's bad and good. But Serbian people are wonderful people. And look what happened to them. Look what the West did to the Serbian. The West took the side of Al Qaeda, fought side by side with the terrorists against the Serbian, and they took Kosovo, the heart of Serbia, from the Serbian. And I pray that time will come and the Serbian people will take their land back, because you see, people are ignorant about history and people don't want to tell you the truth. The first king of the Serbian, he was from Kosovo. This is what Kosovo is for the Serbian. This is not a town. This is not those the Muslims. They are the one who occupy Kosovo. This is not their land. If you don't believe me, go and read history. And this is why I said a person like me, he suffer, because I see that the whole world is turning things upside down. I mean, look, the victims, they made them criminals. Erdogan is making speeches about he will teach the killer in New Zealand, he will punish him as if he is the king of this earth. But Erdogan, he killed millions of Muslims in Syria. He killed millions. His country, the Ottoman Empire, they killed even the Turkey itself is not their land. And yet he speak about ethic. Criminals are the most people who speak about ethic, but they don't have it. Erdogan, he made a speech saying that the West is waging war in Islam just to gain some votes in the election. He is a very devilish man. So they kill you and then they go in your funeral and they claim that they are the victim. Syria is burned. The whole country is burned because of this filthy man Erdogan. And until now, he is protecting Al Qaeda in the north of Syria. No, Erdogan is not losing his mind, my friend. He's a very smart person. He's a very smart person. He knew how to drive the crowd, the Muslims. The Muslims, they love hate is the Muslims who they are supporting him, especially. I'm not saying all Turkish, because not all Turkish are Muslims. Do you remember just a few days ago we made a video about women who marched by hundreds of thousands in Istanbul? Do you remember what they did when they heard the adhan prayer? Who remember what the women did? If you search right now in the news, Erdogan was attacking those women for disrespecting Islam. So mistakenly people think that every Turkish is a Muslim. That's not true. Let me find the video. Erdogan, if you look with me here in the news, Erdogan, he accuses women march of disrespecting Islam, and absolutely they did respect Islam. The second they heard the adhan, they start whistling and shouting because they don't want to hear it. Hundreds of thousands of women, Turkish women. So who is the Muslim in Turkey? But this is what happened in Turkey. The second an Islamic party took a place or took the office, they will never leave until you have a revolution. Count my words and you will see Erdogan will never go. Will never go unless they drag him out of the office. Islamists, when they take an office, they never leave. They corrupt the election, they corrupt the country, and they change the constitution to make it fit with their new party. and this is what they do everywhere. Erdogan, when he signed to establish a party, he signed a paper saying my party have nothing to do with religion. And right after he won the election, he kicked all those who are not religious, and he switched the country upside down overnight. So now the liberals in Turkey, the only way for them to take Turkey back, and count my words, is revolution, no election, because they will always he will corrupt no matter what you do. Even if Turkey bankrupt, Erdogan will win the election, because Islamists are corrupt people who corrupt elections. They don't believe in election anyway. You see, the Muslim Brotherhood, the same party of Erdogan, they win the election in Egypt. If the Egyptian did not take them 30 millions, they marched in the street and they drove the Muslim Brotherhood out of government. If that did not happen, the Muslim Brotherhood, if they were successful to stay there for 5 years only, that's it. Egypt is going to be a Muslim Brotherhood for the coming 100 years unless you make a revolution. The same exactly in Iran. In Iran, they say to you there's election for president, but people do not know that the mullahs, they have to decide who is the one can go for election, which means to be a president, which means we have this guy and this guy and this guy, they want to go to be for election. I am citizen, I am Iranian, I want to be a president. It's not up to you. The mullahs, they have to approve you first before you can be your name to be in the election box. So at the end of the day, they are deciding in pre-decision who is the one is going to be the president. There's no election. He have to be Islamist, he have to be a terrorist like the mullahs, and he have to agree with everything they believe, and he have to be part of the Hezbollah party. David Kenwood, ISIS is not gone. Absolutely, ISIS is not gone and never gone. Actually, ISIS is Muhammad. Muhammad is the founder of ISIS. So what ISIS is gone? ISIS is Islamic State. You know, even they changed the name from Islamic State to ISIS to avoid saying Islamic State. But the fact it is Islamic State. Muhammad is the founder of the Islamic State. As long there is Muslims, there is going to be. They will try always to have Islamic State. Same doesn't matter. Militia doesn't matter which country. The second Muslims they come into government, you cannot take them off unless you do have a revolution, and that will cause a lot of a bloodshed, sadly. And the funny, Erdogan always he gives speeches about what's right and what's wrong. When he is the most corrupt man, his son, he became a billionaire, and his son-in-law too, from the oil they stole from Syria. All the manufacturers which was in the north of Syria, all the machines, all the cars, all the trucks, the whole city smuggled into Turkey. Imagine Turkey was getting the oil barrel from ISIS for $4. $4 only. The price is $60. The Turkish they get it for $4. This is who is Erdogan. And Erdogan, he is the same as a worm in the belly of Europe. He threatened them. He forced them to pay him You know, he's like it's a mafia guy. You know, if you don't pay me, I'm going to open my borders so refugee will flood you. And now Europe, they have to bribe Erdogan with billions and trillions of dollars. Actually, country now is surviving. Turkey is surviving by the money is given by the European for the purpose of the refugee. Erdogan, he spent 1% and he take the rest for his pocket to survive. But by the way, those people, they are very helpful, and I will tell you why. When the Muslim Brotherhood won the election in Egypt many years ago, I was in a radio show with Osama Dakdok, if you know him, and Osama was upset. He's an Egyptian, so he was sad for where he's coming from. I mean, what happened? The Muslim Brotherhood took over. I said to him, actually, this is a good news. He said, why? He said, the best way to show Muslims that Islam is a stupid cult is to make them under Islamic government. As long as there is no Islamic government, they will not really see the real face of Islam. Because Muslims, when they are not in the government, they can give you speeches about Islam is the way of solution, the way of life, brother. If we have Islamic government, things will be different, brother. Now, okay, now they are Islamic government. Let us see what they do. And I told him, you will see. You will see. In less than a year, 30 million Egyptians, they strike in the street because they saw that the Muslim Brotherhood is the most corrupt party Egypt ever witnessed. Before they thought, okay, you know what, maybe because those people are not Islamists, they are corrupt. Maybe this president, he is a Muslim by name. This is why the country is not going to the right direction. So let us vote for the Muslim Brotherhood. They have long beard. They praise Allah. They are believers. They have the black spot in their forehead because they bow down to Allah a lot. So let us give them the chance. And when they give them the chance, they witness firsthand how the country was collapsing. And Erdogan is the same. Since Erdogan, he took Turkey. Look at the currency of Turkey. I don't know how many of you are Turkish. You go to the market to buy a chicken. In the morning, the price, let us say 5,000. Afternoon, it is 10,000. This is how life in Turkey is. Trump, if he make a tweet, just a tweet, imagine how weak this country is. To the point, if a guy, his name is a Trump, sitting in his ass in the White House, he make a tweet against Turkey, the currency immediately lose between 20 to 30% of its value. A tweet. So what if a Trump, he made 5 tweets a day? If you don't believe me, search for it. This guy, Trump, is very smart. I'm looking for the news. Look at this. Turkey currency. I just type, Turkey currency, Trump tweet. Turkey currency takes 20% dive to fresh all-time low after Trump tweet. This is how bad the country situation is. To the point, a foreign man from foreign country, he make a tweet and you lose 20% of the value of your money by a tweet. What if a Trump decide to make a tweet every morning? No, I will not take a call, guys, because I got things to do. Same time, I'm trying to avoid really not to take calls from Muslims unless they are scholars. If there is a Muslim, he is a scholar, I will talk to him. I'm done with Muslim kids. And they just make me shout, and there's no point. Yeah, but we are talking here about how a country can be destroyed by a tweet. I mean, how powerful Erdogan is, the one who is threatening the whole world. If you hear Erdogan, you think this guy is controlling an empire, and he is the most powerful man on earth. When his economy can be collapsed overnight by a tweet. Well, it's good for him because Trump, he is not favored by most of the media, and they hate him. So this guy, he established his own media. Good for him. Why not? Smart move. So now, if you want to learn what a Trump he want to say, you go to Trump. You do not need CNN. Good for him. Smart. Very smart move. But I mean, think about it. If you have a solid economy. I mean, who care of a guy he make a tweet? I mean, yes, he is the president of USA, but we knew all why. Because Turkish economy is extremely weak. It's like a balloon. It's empty. There's many companies that build houses in Turkey, and now they are ghost towns. Nobody buying the houses. Even Erdogan, he offers citizenship if you spend, I think, uh, I don't know, 20,000. If you buy something for 20,000, he offer you citizenship. Buruj Al Babas, 200 million house in development, located near wherever. It's a ghost town, and they make it look as if it is like Disneyland. Nobody have money. It is dead. And this is, by the way, it is a religious ghost town. This is why if you go to Turkey these days, you are pretty much to be wrapped, kidnapped, and be missing. Dar al-Islam and Dar al-Harb. Maybe next time, Ahmad, sorry, Aknad, we can talk about the land of peace and the land of war in Islam. No problem. So they build a religious city. Let us see the images of the city. I became interested. I want to buy. Yeah. You see how they make it look like a Disneyland. Yeah, you think this is like a Disneyland, really. And actually, it looked really stupid. I mean, look at this city. Look at this town. Who in the world want to live here? What kind of houses those houses is? It's like Harry Potter houses. I mean, literally, it's like a horror movie. It's like a witch houses. Who is going to buy there? And this is supposedly religious city, religious. What is missing to see Harry Potter flying in the top of his broom? Look at this. It looked like the KKK hats. And what is that? How silly, how stupid to have such a city. It's ugly, it's disgusting, it doesn't make sense. I mean, the designer obviously have a mental issue. Look at this. What is that? I mean, and they were making commercial about it. This is a religious city, this is a Muslim city, Allahu Akbar. All people who live there, they are very strict religious, and this is why nobody want to buy there. What do you mean no screen? No, my screen is off. I was on. All black. Oh, okay. Hold on. I think my connection is getting weak. Okay. Hold on. Let me see what I can do. Give me a second, please. Yeah. Okay, what about now? Is it working now? Let us see now. Yeah, I will increase my internet speed. Look like it's not really doing good. So look at this. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to buy a house there. and I will open my camera and I will say to you, Shankabut Hashtatut, I am in the witch town of Allah. Here is all the genies. How creepy this town is. This is the most creepy town ever you can imagine. And what is that tower? I mean, what the purpose of that tower supposedly? Somebody tell me. Anyway, let it go. Let it go. Yeah. Actually, I believe the reason for Erdogan wanted to be kicked out of Turkey and even to be jailed is not only to be his corruption, it is how much he destroyed Turkey when it's come to economy. You see, when Erdogan in the beginning, he did some smart move. He visited Syria. He have a good relationship with the president. They opened the borders for him. The import and the export was going crazy for Turkey, making great money. Where Turkey opened the gate of Syria all over Middle Eastern countries like Saudi Arabia, Jordan, even Israel. And then he changed his mind because he's a Muslim Brotherhood. He said to himself, let us support the Muslim Brotherhood and they take the president, and then we will expand our land and we will make Syria as a territory of Turkey. And then we will make the Muslim Brotherhood take over Jordan, and we will make Jordan a Muslim Brotherhood territory, part of Turkey. And Egypt won the election by Muslim Brotherhood at that time. So he said to himself, we can now connect Turkey all the way to Egypt, and all this land will become the caliphate land of the Muslim Brotherhood. And he wanted to be the caliphate. It was a dream. And then the Russian, they screwed him up. And then the Saudi, they put more nails in his bum. And then the Emirati, they give him more screws. And since then, the country is collapsing. So right now, the one who is fighting the Turkish economy is specifically the Saudi, the Emirati, and Bahrain, and Egypt. And Erdogan is not trustworthy for European too. They knew he is a gang person. Anyway, guys, I want to say thank you for all those who came here, and thank you again for those who make a donation, and for those who say God bless you and I don't see you, and those who ask me question I don't read your question. Please forgive me. Sometimes it's very hard to read all the questions. American Kurdistan, Kurdish Syrian state, American Kurdish Syrian state created. No, they will not allow that to happen. You see, the problem is the Kurdish people, they did not understand the game until now. The Kurdish, they trusted the American, and American are not, and I'm talking about government. American government are not a trustworthy government. Why? Because they don't take friends, they do business. And a person who have a mentality of business, he's just a business, nothing personal. Nothing personal. So when the American, they are done in Syria, they will dump the Kurdish, and the Kurdish will be left alone, either to be eaten alive by the Syrian government or by Erdogan. Count my words. The Kurdish, they made a mistake. They did not take the Russian as a friend. Russian, they don't let you alone. The Russian, they stand with the Assad as a friend for 8 years, fighting with him. They send their army there. They sent more than 80 airplanes, and they killed hundreds of thousands actually of terrorists. This is what the Russians do. You cannot trust Western government to be your friends because they have business mentality. At the end of the day, all is about money, nothing personal. No religion involved, no ethic is involved, nothing. It's just a business. Today we need you. So what America do you know something is called a friend with benefit? You know what does that mean, right? Friend with benefit. This is what they do. They friend you with benefit. And I'm talking sadly about the country I live in. This is how it is. They can dump you overnight. This is what they did with the president of Egypt. Hosni Mubarak was a friend to USA for more than 30 years. Overnight, Obama dumped him like if he is a piece of garbage. Overnight, because Obama is a Muslim Brotherhood at the end of the day, and he wanted to see an Islamic party, his party, taking over Egypt. But even if it's not Obama, it's going to be the same. They will dump him. The same as America, they dump the king of Iran. Why we have this regime, Islamic regime in Iran? Most people do not know the truth, that it was America who dumped the king. They left him alone. The king was their best friend, and overnight they dump him. The Russian, they don't do that. The Russian, you are their friends, they will go to war with you. And this is why the Assad, he was smart, even though he's a dictator, he is a criminal, whatever you want to call it, but he was smart. Him and his family, they have a friend they can trust. When I can expect me translating the Quran, my friend, when I stop doing broadcasting. Do you see how many hours it's taking from my day? Yeah, I hope I'm working it, but soon we will have my book, which is in Spanish, will be published. This is very good news. I'm really happy, excited to see that the Spanish book is going to be out soon, because the Muslims, they are targeting Spanish people, big deal. And I'm really grateful for the person who did the translation voluntarily. I did not pay a penny for it, as all my other translations. You see, the Lord, yes, I am poor. Yes, but always I see that the Lord always provide me with amazing people who I can trust, and look how great they are voluntarily. All those who translated my books, the Dutch one, the German one, the French one, the Swedish one, the Spanish, I mean, you name it, they did not take a penny. It's amazing how the Lord, he can make people work for his glory. So I really appreciate those people, and the same as I appreciate all of you, appreciate your support. And if not the help of those people, I will not be able to do what I am doing today. Actually, I will not be able even, you see, I spend, maybe, I don't know how many of you know me for how long, but I am fighting Islam in the internet since the first day I have connection to the internet. The first day ever I have connection to the internet, it was the first day I start exposing Islam. I remember, and if you go and see, let me see if I can find you a video, just to show you how I used to make videos before. I used to use a camera, a camcorder. I'm trying to find the video. There's a video made by the Iranian TV, about the most enemy to Allah. Here we go. Okay, this is an old video of mine.
Hello everyone.
This is published in Memory TV. If you look with me here, you will see the screen. Do you see how the screen is? The screen is blue, right? Why it's blue? Because simply I was using a camcorder. I hold the camera in my hand, imagine, and then I speak, and the camera is recording, and then I have to process the file. It takes forever. Computers in the old days are very slow. Internet is horrible. The file is so big. I mean, you name it. Oh, you can see the screen. Sorry, I apologize. Hold on. Yeah, if you search here, I used to have a channel. It's called Investigate Islam. And always when I have like 70,000-80,000, I lose my channel as usual. This is why by now I should have really millions of subscribers. So Investigate Islam featured in Iranian TV. The Iranian TV, they were making a program, and here you see this is the Iranian TV. Memory TV clips used by Iranian TV, channel 2, Iran, November 5, 2007. And I learned about it long after. I mean, I did not learn about it in 2007, but somebody saw it and they say, hey, your video is in the Iranian TV. So look how I used to make the videos at that time. You know, very hardly you can read the text. I think you can tell, right? Hardly you can read, you can see the text. And in this program, they were talking about the most enemy to Allah, the most enemy to Islam. The same exactly what we read just a few days ago in the Indonesian newspaper. The most enemy to Allah is a Christian prince, right? Yeah. So I did a lot of work, and I'm really happy for what I did, because tens of thousands of Muslims left Islam because of my videos, and I am not exaggerating. I confirm that to you. Yeah, well, you know, if you know, before I go on YouTube, actually, the one who made me come to YouTube is the Muslims. The Muslims. The Muslims is the one who made me come everywhere. It was the Muslims who made me make a book. You believe it or not? Before I used to debate Muslims in a program called the Hear Me. Very old program for chat. And then the Muslims, they challenged me to come to a program. It's called Paltalk. And then I went to Paltalk. And I made thousands and thousands of debates in Paltalk. You want to hear one of them? And by the way, I used to stay, like you see this video here is 8 hours. Do you see it, 8 hours? Okay, 8 hours is the limit of YouTube. But honest to my Lord, sometime I stay in Paltalk 12 hours, 13 hours. Actually, once, you believe it or not, I opened Paltalk in a Friday afternoon. I went to work Monday morning without closing Paltalk. Don't tell me how I can do it. The Lord, He knew. I came from work Friday. I came from work. I took a shower. I ate. I opened Paltalk. But at that time, things was easier for me. I will tell you why. I was living in a small studio. So the kitchen is just next to my table. You know, like I want to eat something, I can grab it from the counter. You know, I don't need to move anywhere. But I was really happy at that time, because when I come to Paltalk, the Muslim, they used to have like, oh, today a sister want to convert to Islam. In less than 6 months, all those who converted to Islam, they left Islam in my chat room. And then after that, a disaster start happening for Islamic chat rooms. They shrink, they die, nobody listen to them, nobody believe them, and Muslims start leaving Islam left and right, to the point even admins in chat rooms, they left Islam. There is a guy, he's a doctor, I forgot what his name. 3 years he opened a chat room, the name of the room, Christian Prince Exposed, something like that. 3 years every day he attacked me. The whole chat room is about just a Christian Prince. And then one day he came to the chat room, my chat room, and he said, this guy is telling the truth and I am out of Islam. First, I thought he is being sarcastic, because everybody knows that this guy, he hate me to death. So people, they said to me, ask him to come to the mic, let's see what he's, you know, maybe he mean it. But I could not believe it. A guy, he hate me very much. He took the mic and he said, Islam is the biggest lie. Everything he said, I check it out, it's true. Everything he said is true. Nothing there is not. So we have a long journey, my friend. Maybe you know me in YouTube, maybe today, maybe yesterday, maybe a year before, maybe 5 years ago, maybe 10 years ago. Still, this is, you know nothing yet about what we did. We did a lot. And you know, now if you are a Christian child and you watch my videos, you can debate any Muslim, now, no matter who is this Muslim. What do you think about the Quran of Osama Daktok translated? Generate. It's very good translation actually. Yeah, Osama Daktok. Osama Daktok is a very good man. You can trust, his work. But me, I'm going to make the translation made in different way, and people will notice what I will do. But yes, Osama Daktok is a trustworthy person. He's very good. He's very decent, and he's very brave too. You know, very brave. I respect him. Yeah. Um, are you sure about what? About Osama? Yes, absolutely, I'm sure. And I know him in person too. He's a wonderful person. First time Osama he saw me, he looked at me, he was wondering who is this guy. You know, I came to him, he was in a church, he want to make a speech. And I told the lady outside where I can see Osama. And then she said, okay, follow me. And she was looking at me, maybe he's a terrorist, because I look like a terrorist. I look like a very, very scary terrorist. So I think she was worried a little bit. And then I went, and he was in the office, and I went in, and Osama, he looked at me, and I did not say anything yet. He was looking at me like, who is this guy? And then I spoke. I said, hey, Osama. He said, oh, no way. This is a Christian prince. You know, if I don't speak, there is no way you will know. But when I spoke, right away he noticed that this is me. He said, I could not believe it that you look like this. And now you know why I'm still not married. So you get an idea, didn't you? I scared the hell of him. So God is good. uh, so today we covered many issues, and I think we are done for today. So let us leave something for tomorrow. Don't forget, please, if you like our videos, to download them. I made a video yesterday, actually a few hours ago, about 350 people converting to Islam. Search for the title and you will find the title. It's not in my page no more. And there's a video about Muhammad being a white supremacist. Please look for the video and download it too, and share it with your friends. So I want to say thank you for all of you to be with us tonight, and to support me, and to support what we do. And God is good, and always put your trust in the Lord. He always provide what you cannot make by yourself. You see, we can depend on ourselves. It's good to be God. He don't like people who just depend in the prayer, right? He says work, and I will work with you. So we are people who work, and the Lord, he will work with us. But the important about your work is not to be for your own glory. Work, and the Lord will give you. The Lord will provide you. The Lord will be with you. Don't think about, you know, the Messiah, he spoke about, look at the birds, how they survive, how beautiful that example is. So you can be a person who provide work, and the more your work is provided for others, not for your sake first, then is going to come for your sake at the end. You will get the benefit, even if you think you are just doing, you know, I mean, a charity work. Maybe I'm just helping somebody. I mean, there's no benefit for me. Trust me, there is a benefit for you, and the benefit will come to you sooner or later. And the best benefit I see in my life, that the Lord always send in front of me the best people ever you can meet. Wonderful people, loving, caring, and always they care for help, and I really appreciate them, and I appreciate the Lord sending those people in my way. And as we say always, God is good, and the good come to the good. So let us end it with this for today. May the Lord bless you all, and until we see you soon again, Christ is Lord, Islam is false. And thank you very much for being here. Take care. Bye-bye.